The Offering is the UMass Lowell's English Department literary magazine. We publish student work as well as faculty and staff work and alumni work.
We have our own little club dedicated to it and our own literary society. We also now, new as of this year, have our own class that helps produce it. So you actually get college credit to be a part of this organization.
So it's a great way to get involved. If you aren't per se a creative writing major, you can still submit all sorts of work. Historically, we've always done fiction, nonfiction, poetry, and art. Art being photography as well as more physical art like paintings and drawings. And recently in this edition, we've opened it a bit and we've added plays and screenplays.
When it comes to considering pieces, we usually look for pieces that are, well, grammatically correct, they have a good format, they have a unique and intriguing voice, a unique and intriguing story, and that applies both to prose and poetry.
There are a couple grammatical boxes that need to be checked. I look for the style of a piece, the overall creativity, because this is, after all, based in creative writing. But lastly, I really look for what the piece leaves me with when I'm done reading it.
We talked about as a team, like the whole Offering, like staff, we wanted it to be more representative of Lowell. It's been really interesting to try to, I mean, the cover is a huge deal. So we really want it to represent the students and just like the residents of Lowell who are gonna read it.
The greatest part about making art and being an artist is creating things that make people feel. So that's what we look for, just something that connects to people.
The Offering has been around for quite some time. We started as UMass Lowell students creating the Offering in 2001, but it has been around since the 1840s with the Lowell Mill Girls. So yeah, they actually started the Offering. After they were done working in the mills, they started writing and they put together these journals, which I think is quite beautiful because I think one of the main things that we try to do here at the Offering is get as many people involved as possible. It doesn't matter if you are an engineering major or an English major, you can still submit to the Offering, which is something that the Lowell Mill Girls proved way back when, because even though they were working these really long hours, they still found a way to do art and start to perfect their craft.
For printing and distribution, what we do is that we work with a local printing company. It's called Minuteman Press. They print our editions and then we have them at our department and they're free to take. So you as a student or alumni or faculty can come in and grab a copy of one of our editions. For example, this is last year's edition of the Offering, and if you wanted one, you could simply just come to the department and ask for one, and we're happy to give you a copy.
It's been really exciting to go through submissions and see, what people, what outlets they choose to do with art and like how they make it their own. And I think that's really cool to see.
I love writing and I love reading as well. And one of the most common pieces of advice for writers is to read a lot. But I think also a really good piece of advice for writers is to edit things and also become part of the publication process. I think that's a really important skill to develop, is to be a part of the other side of the equation and to kind of, if you want to be writing and submitting to places, you also want to know how the editors are going to work as well and what they're going to look for. So that way you can actually become the best writer for yourself. So I'm doing it for selfish reasons, and then I'm also doing it to help out other people as well.
I've seen so much great stuff come through, a lot of great poetry. I'm not personally very equipped to look at poetry, but a lot of great stuff has come from there. I've also really enjoyed one story called Pygmalion by Amanda Gambale. Shout out. That was really awesome. And every single time I work and look at Amanda's work, it's just really inspiring.
I first started working with the Offering last year during the 2023 publication cycle. I was a reader. Something that inspired me to take on the role of president for the magazine is embracing, once again, the different kind of voices that we have at UMass Lowell. Not only English majors can submit, but anyone that's part of the community, whether you're an alumni, faculty, staff, or you're not an English major, you can go ahead and send us work. You just have to be part of the UMass Lowell community. And there's this piece from last year's edition that stuck out to me the most, and it is called Driving by Gabriel Cruz. That piece is on this edition of the offering 2023, and there's many more pieces that if you were to look in our backlog, you would find just amazing works of fiction, nonfiction, poetry, and visual art. If you would like to find more information about our magazine, please go to @UML Offering on Instagram. You can also go to uml.edu/The Offering, or you can Google UML The Offering Literary Magazine. And you can also find us on Facebook at UML The Offering.